Today is my first chance to chat with a special guest. We've got Jordan from Apollo LTD with us today. Jordan, good morning. Thanks for spending some time with us.
Good morning. It's good to be with you guys.
Hey, Jordan, it's good to have you here. And we know you just put out your new album, Hello Human, so we're going to get to that in a few minutes. But first, you're ready to go. Is that coffee you're drinking?
Oh, of course.
You got the coffee ready. I've seen you as we were getting ready for this, sipping on that a lot. So I know.
Listen, man, I've got two kids under 5, so my wife and I, we live off caffeine. So.
Hey, I get it. We're with you. So you seem to be coming to us from your very professional-looking studio. Where are you actually? What part of the country are you calling us from?
I'm in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm in my home studio here in good old Nashville. Been here for a long time, so this is kind of home now.
Well, that's perfect because I want to know. I've never been to Nashville, actually, believe it or not. So I want to know, and maybe your answer is different because you have kids, but what is like a weekend out for Jordan from Apollo LTD? What is the fun thing to do in Nashville? Or I guess a good question would be, what do you do when you have family come into town and you have to entertain them? What do you do?
Well, Nashville's exploded in the past 10 years. So honestly, it's gotten easier to entertain people when they come to town. Now, what I do weekend to weekend is far less interesting. I mean, honestly, with as much as we travel, if I'm home on a Saturday, we're going to go down to a park. We're going to walk around, run around. We're probably going to go to Five Daughters Donuts, get some donuts.
There you go.
I mean, it's gonna be a pretty chill day. If I have a Saturday with the family, man, it's a special day. So
yeah,
spending time with them for sure.
I totally get that. And look, I know you guys, you're traveling around. You've been busy making the new album, Hello Human. One of the things I was wondering about with the new album, because I've seen you guys talk about how you had a lot of influences of music from the 80s and early 90s, like Billy Joel and Paul Simon and Prince and stuff like that. I was thinking, in the 80s, movies always had these big epic movie songs, especially at the end credits. What song off of Hello Human would you say is the big 80s movie showstopper song?
I mean, honestly, I think Future's Calling is probably that vibe for us. Yeah. It has that just how there's some songs that just feel like the ending credits, you know? It just feels like the ending credits to a record. I think that's Future's Calling. That song for us came about early, and Adam and I instantaneously just fell in love with that song. There was just something intangible about the way it made us both feel. And the album title comes from a lyric in that song. So, right. I mean, I feel like it goes to show you, we kind of felt like that was an important one.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, we love it too. We've been playing it here on RadioU a ton, and it does sound like the kind of song that you could see, especially with Future's Calling, the message and the title of it feels like it could totally play over, especially a high school movie from the 80s as the credits rolled. It'd be perfect.
Yes. Yes. I love it.
Yeah. Talking about Hello Human too. What would you say you're most proud of as you put together the new album?
What are we most proud of? That we finished it.
I love that.
It was this record. We made our first album, was just on a whim, and it was just pure energy, and we had nothing to lose and everything to gain, we were a new band and we were writing songs. Our second record, happened in 2020. So during the COVID era.
So that doesn't even count.
Yeah, right. But actually, we were super grateful because it gave us something to do, because we were literally on tour with on road shows. So we were out with Bethel, and we were out doing these awesome shows, and then boom, the next day we all get sent home.
Right.
And then we had this record, Nothing is Ordinary, Everything is Beautiful album during COVID era. And then we toured for 2-3 years, and then it was we got to go make another record. And we were like, what are we going to do? What are we going to say? What, like, I mean, you have these moments, guys, where it doesn't matter. Like, and we had to give ourselves the grace to be like, all right, what is the next chapter of Apollo LTD? And so we started writing songs, wrote a bunch, and then we went through this middle period where I think we went through our own little creative crisis where we were like, all right, what do we want from this record? We got to make sure that we're saying something, and and then we came back and we finished it, and we feel like we finished strong, and it's a reflection of our lives in this season that we're both in, with him and his family, and me as with mine. And so honestly, we're proud of this record. We're grateful for this album. I'm grateful that God gave us these songs, but I'm also really grateful that we finished it. I'm proud that we finished it, and we finished strong.
Well, I mean, we're proud of you too. We're glad you finished it because we've been loving it here. So given off of that answer, this might be, you might hate to hear this question, but now what do you feel like after finishing Hello Human is the future for you? What is next? I mean, it could be shows, festivals. Like, what do you have that you know is on the horizon?
We will be, I think there's a interesting future ahead for us, and it's gonna involve shows and more music and content. And I mean, for us, man, I think that, like, we are just excited to have these songs out in the universe. We're excited to share these songs with people, and it's fun being able to jump on stage and sing them with people. And what's next? Doing what we do, man.
Yeah.
Like, we play shows and we go share music with people, and I'm grateful for that, for sure.
Yeah. I got one more for you then, and it's kind of related, but I like to ask this of so many artists, and that is, for you as a musician in a band, what is on your musical bucket list? What is there left for you, do you feel, to accomplish?
Oh, goodness. What's on my musical bucket list? I mean, sharing the stage with Paul McCartney. That's a bucket list. How about that? Can that go on the list? Newsflash, I like the Beatles. Yeah, I mean, man, there's a lot of bucket lists in the world. I think Red Rocks would be awesome.
Yes.
Adams played the Ryman. I have not played the Ryman. So that would be a bucket list, a hometown bucket list for me.
Yeah.
Adam had that experience already, so it's old news for him. I'm not so privileged.
Yeah. No, I mean, the Ryman.
I'm just messing, but yeah, it'd be fun.
I believe that's got to work out for you guys. You got to be able to make that happen one day. So I don't know, the powers that be, get on it, because Apollo LTD deserves it. The new album, Hello Human, is great. Future's calling. We've been loving it. So I guess we should probably play it right here. Jordan, thanks so much for taking some time with us. We really appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys. Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me.
While you're here, you should watch more of our videos and subscribe so you don't miss what we do next.